Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Chatting with Cheal. And in case you haven't puzzled it out yet, I am Cheal, and Cheal is me. 5 points to whoever can name that reference. Now, first, I'd like to start off by saying that this entire series is going to be based on my opinion. I will try to give each episode its own subject, whether it be comic books, movies, TV shows, religion, politics. Um, there may be some general subjects that I go back to. I love movies, so I'll probably be talking about movies a lot. But I'll try to give each time I talk about movies like a different spin. Like one, I might talk about some of my favorite classic movies, or at least the ones that I consider classic. While another one, I might be talking about a new movie that just came out or might be coming out. Like the Deadpool movie, which is I noticed today was trending because Ryan Reynolds was posing in the Deadpool outfit, which is fantastic. I absolutely love that character. He is one of my favorites. I just love the character, and I think Ryan Reynolds is going to do a fantastic job. I mean, in my opinion, he's the best man for Deadpool. Really, I mean, granted, Green Lantern didn't go so well for him, but that wasn't so much his fault as it was the fault of the writers and other various peoples. So I'm really hopeful on that one. I will. I mean, this first episode is kind of going to be a basic all-purpose disclaimer. This show is going to be based on my opinions, entirely on my opinions. And because of that, and because we are all human and we do not agree on everything, you're going to disagree with some of my opinions. But no one is forcing you to listen. No one is forcing you to watch this video. And if they are, well, then I think that's an issue you need to get resolved. but I'm not forcing anyone to watch. I'm not forcing anybody to listen. So if you disagree, either call me out on it in the comments, and say, hey, let's have an intelligent, open, honest discussion about why I disagree with you, why you disagree with me, and let's either try to come to a mutual understanding or just stop listening. I am a Christian, and I have had people walk away from me mid-conversation when I mention that because they disagree with some of the basic teachings of Christianity. Now, I'll admit that at that very moment, it's disconcerting because I was usually just in the middle of a sentence sometimes, and they just turn around and walk away. I've had this happen a couple times. But when I find later that it was because they disagree with the fact that I'm Christian, it stings a little. But I also understand that not everyone agrees with me. Some people view the church as hateful and judgmental and unfortunately, I can't argue with that because there are so many people in the church that I have found are, and it sucks. It's horrible because Christianity is called not to do that. There are several verses that describes how a Christian is not to judge another individual. Um, so if you come across a Christian that is being very judgmental, I encourage you to call them out on it and say, you know what, you're not acting very Christianly. I will assure you that if they are truly the judgmental type, they will get ticked. But, rightly so. It's not their job. It's not my job to judge you, and it's not your job to judge me. My judgment will come after death, and I stand in front of the Lord, and He reads off my numerous sins and says, all right, this is what we got here, buddy. And I'm sure it's not going to be a fun time. But again, this whole thing is based around my opinion. And if you want to disagree, disagree. If you agree with me, fantastic. You know, the great minds think alike. That old saying comes to mind. Not entirely sure why you'd be agreeing with me then, but I'm done ching. Also, there will be a lot of that kind of humor, so if that annoys you, then you can stop listening right now. Lastly, I will also be asking of my listeners, my viewers, my followers, whatever title you want to pin on people, that you would suggest topics for future episodes. I mean, I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things. But there may be some weeks that I'm going, I have no idea what to talk about. And I may pore over the comments and say, well, you know what? A couple people brought this up. What do I think about this? And I might talk about it. And I might mention your name. And then you would get like a second or two of fame on the internet, as mentioned by some nobody opinionated dude on the interwebs. Yeah. But hey, still, you know, you got your name mentioned. Woot woot. So, to sum up, this episode is more or less an all-purpose disclaimer to just say this series is my opinion. This entire venture is this experiment, I guess you could say, is my opinion. Do with it what you will. Ignore it, embrace it, share it with your friends. It's all good in my opinion. But I do have a little bit of homework for the individuals of my viewership. I do not have a sign-off. Something cool, funny, or catchy to say at the very end of each episode. And I would like you to help me come up with one. Yeah, I think that might be fun. Just something interesting. Something maybe involving Cheal, maybe not. You know, just something. Preferably not copywritten by some other kind of video game, movie, TV show, book, so on and so forth, whatever. To that end, good night.